Okay, so we just had a nice little fight with a whatever was it, Harbinger or the Dragon or something like that. Nice big thing to beat up on. And we were lucky enough to Veronica level up, which means she gets her mana back. And feet. So welcome to level 18. She was working on that one. Maxed out. That's done. Toughness. Don't really need that. Body magic. So what's the level 3, 4 stuff? Circle of corporeal restoration. Maybe? I think that's what we're working on, right? This one, top tier, is divine intervention. So blessed, heroic inspiration, removes conditions of bleeding, also does a heal. Bless, so you get all that stuff. We usually do that anyway. That's melee damage. So basically combines those into one spell, 30 mana. It's like 10. Blessing Aura, that's 20, so it's still cheaper. We just don't get heals out of those. But that's a weird spell to add these conditions that are more than likely going to be on us already. It's an odd spell. We don't really need it. So, and then this one, Circle of Corporeal Restoration. So this one's a little bit more useful, removing all this stuff, plus a heal. That's what we're working on. So, not going to get it, but it's there. 2 points left, and there's really nothing over here to get. It's level 2 spell. Sorry, level 3 spell. Hysterical blindness, mental restoration, and stunning aura. Targets all opponents in the aura. They get stunned and take some damage too. At most, so she's got 2 points left. Level 18, so 19 and 20, so 6 points on top of that. So 3 extra points. Yeah, can do that. Work on this. The next level, pick up that last one, and then 19, 20. Oh, yeah, final level. That's that one. Okay, all set. Okay, then. Yeah, I could use a heal. Although we... no potions? We have 41 minor healing potions to use. I think that'll work. Okay. Okay, so we're not done yet. Gotta go through that door. It's a spaceship, isn't it? As you approach the portal, a humming once more fills the air, and strange arcane sigils light up across its metallic skin, as if reinvigorated by the resurgent energies filling the cave. The mangled piles of the fungi worm things littered around you begin to knit together and reassemble. Roland sits slumped against the wall next to you, breathing heavily. You best get that door open before those things come at us again. I don't think I can hold them for long. Of course you can. You're doing great, Roland. Clasping hands, you pull the massive brute to his feet. He winces in pain, and a cough sprays blood down his chest. Wait a minute, he's fine. Don't worry about me, Roland offers a sad smile. For the first time, you notice the stain bleeding through his tunic and armor. Surely this is no issue given the right magics? Examine the wound. You apprehensively lift his tunic to reveal his abdomen, a large gash rimmed by necrotic skin, and worse yet, pushing out of the wound from within are thick, squirming tentacles. I think this is as far as I go. Besides, where you're heading, I suspect you won't need me. What are you saying? Tremors once more shake the cave, and before your eyes, the gigantic herald thing knits itself together before rising up to even greater heights than before. It sways momentarily and then lets out an ear-piercing scream. Around it, untold multitudes of fresh minor horrors rise forth. Roland painfully gets to his feet. No, I'm not leaving you. Hey, Ring, welcome back. Yes, by his tentacles. Drag him along by his tentacles. Young fool, go now. I can only bind you seconds. Roland clasps the back of your neck and pulls you in until your foreheads touch. No more words are necessary. He lifts his weapon and turns, broad-legged and defiant, to face the onslaught of slavering jaws. Roland. No. The soft touch of Embla's hand on your elbow snaps you out of it. Gimpy, we have to go. Don't let his sacrifice be for naught. Roland's been with us since the very beginning, so... The portal shifts, disassembling itself into its component panels like some strange flower opening its petals to welcome the sun. Strange flower opening its petals to welcome the sun. Continue. It's awfully dark. You dream of floating of stars, a blue orb breathed in a shimmering veil, but there is more. A rift. Something seeps through, like venom entering a wound, coiling, roiling, primordial. Suddenly a scream of pain and terror cuts into your mind, and like an acid knife. Uh-oh. Shocked awake, the scream echoes in your mind. Was it real or part of the dream? Stirring slowly, you find you're lying on some kind of table. You're naked and cold, and as far as you can tell, all alone. We've been abducted. You stand up and find your head spinning. Even in the faint light, the vague outlines hint of proportions and dimensions not meant for men. What immortal hand could have framed these things? Such things. Perhaps the concealing darkness is a blessing to your racked senses. I'm pretty sure I've been abducted by aliens. Just a guess. So, no, we have nothing. Nothing whatsoever except our magic. Oh, this is awesome. What have we done? What have we gotten ourselves into? Abducted by a bunch of aliens. Oh, that looks good. The scene ahead of you is one of utter horror, frozen in time. The form of a man utterly unmade with a master surgeon's precision. And for what purpose? Cruelty, perhaps? No, this body was taken apart by curious hands, like a child would pick apart some clever clockwork toy to get at the secrets within. Murder to dissect. Examine the body more closely. Reluctantly, you approach the mangled face of the corpse. Disassembled into its anatomical component pieces, it's nonetheless familiar to you. This is the corpse of Ivan, the man who fought so valiantly at your side through horrors untold. There was no warrior's death for him, just pain and terror. Goodbye, old friend. The corpse's eyes open wide. Possibly Ivan is still alive. The surgeon has taken great care to maintain the integrity of the circulatory system, and for the first time, you notice that the splayed body parts are still connected by pulsating blood vessels. Eyes stare at you in wordless terror and, no doubt, pain beyond measure. Do what must be done. Gimpy has a healing too. He's got to roll a 10 or better on 2d6. And just misses. Your hands shake as you contemplate what you must do. To release him, you must no doubt inflict more pain onto his tortured form. Fumbling, you reach into the open chest cavity, searching for his heart. You find it, but the feeling of it beating in your hands is enough to make you vomit. You try again, tears streaming down your face, and with much effort, you eventually manage to end his torment. Not dark at all. Dazed, you stumble away from the horrid scene. There is nothing more for you here now. You must push ahead. It's down this way. Oh, I thought those might be doors, but they're not. Saw that coming. That still made you squirm. What, the reaching in and squeezing out the heart? A strange membranous substance blocks the road ahead. You suspect this may be some kind of door through, though there is no opening mechanism nearby. It's locked. Fine. Oh, him being alive? Oh, yeah, well. What are you gonna do? He kind of had that look on his face. Door. Uh-oh. Movement catches your eye ahead. Something small and pale crouches like a frightened animal. Your heart sinks as you see who it is. Cat. She throws herself at you and clings to you like a shivering child. Oh, they took him. They did. They made him. Who are they? What's happening here? The little men. They live in the walls. I saw them take us. Stripped us down like beasts going to the butcher's cleaver. They don't sleep like he does. They stay awake so he can sleep. Who do you mean? The king, the navigator. He slept for so long, but they say it's time for him to wake up now. They say they're glad we came here. We did good. But I don't believe them. We should never have come. Gods walk these halls. We need to get out of here. Cat's expression vacillates between a smile and sheer terror. The little men say we can't leave. The king must awaken before the crawling doom finds its way inside. She tilts her head slightly to one side as if hearing something. And they say it's time for me to go now. I'm next. She takes a step backwards. Cat? She holds your gaze, her smile almost apologetic as she backs up against the wall. The strange biomechanical material convulses and a fissure opens up. Half a dozen grotesque small hands reach out and wrap around her cat. Before you have the time to react, she is pulled in and the fissure seals shut with a disgusting smack. You are left dumbfounded and alone. Uh-oh. It's this place. And why do I pick up a vessel? What kind of vessel did we pick up? Strange vessel that could hold liquid. That mean could hold liquid. Strange, blah, 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 blah. There's no way of opening mechanism nearby. Oh, that looks safe. Smooth, empty basins line the console. Narrow grooves seem to connect them, and you get a feeling that they're part of some kind of machine. Whatever this is, it appears dormant at the moment and has likely been so for a long time. Smooth, empty basins line the console. Narrow grooves seem to connect them, and you get a feeling that they're part of some kind of machine. Whatever it is, appears to be dormant at the moment. It has been for a long time. But aperture on the wall is strangely mesmerizing, though at the present you have a feeling it is somehow inactive. You look over at the empty basins flanking it. Perhaps they are involved somehow. It's like fluid, doesn't it? This item cannot be used like this. Narlothotep is the crawling chaos. I don't know what kind of chaos is in here. But we're walking through goo, I think. It's a dead end. There's nothing that way either. Here's to the going to use one of Lovecraft's things or something of their own making. Who knows? Oh, look, this is locked too. The simulacra of a human form stands before you. Is this a machine imitating life or some living thing imitating a machine? A strange viscous liquid fills its cupped hands as if it's offering it to you. Fill the vessel. The vessel slots into the machine creature and fills liquid. You take it back. Perhaps this can be used for some use. So that's probably where we were before. Dum, dum, dum. The most strangely mesmerizing, but look, the empty basins flanking it, so fill these things first. Fill the basins. You carefully empty the liquid from the vessels into the basin, seeming to move out of its own volition. The fluid spreads from basin to basin through the inset grooves, and slowly the entire room hums into life. It appears you have conjured something back into life. What have I done? The interior of the aperture appears like a churning vortex of some black, oily substance. Within its motes of light appear, looking almost like miniature stars that are born and die within the span of moments. Images form, strange geometric shapes that combine and recombine in strange infinite fractals. Looking around for a way to operate this strange machine, your hand passes over the liquid-filled basins. A strangely musical note can be heard. Soft at first, and then much stronger as your fingers lightly graze the surface of the liquid. I'm going to be a bard, aren't I? Dipping your fingers into the liquid at different points produces unique notes, almost like playing an instrument. And as you do so, the images of the aperture shift. You find yourself mesmerized. Auditory and visual patterns seem utterly incomprehensible, and yet there's something there, something stirring in the back of your mind. The longer you play with it, the more the strange sounds and images resonate with you. You begin seeing them for what they are, terms in some great cosmic equation, a language of pure logic. No longer are the notes mere sounds, each note a number resonates. As if sensing your dawning understanding, the great machine offers you a prompt. 01123, and you respond. That would be 7. Zero, 1, 1 to 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. So that would be 3, 3? Oh. 5. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. Yep. Okay. Had to go through the pattern. Machine prompts you to enter the next number. So it is what? 5 and 3 is 8. Machine prompts you to enter the final number. So 8 and 5 is 13. A sonorous polyphonic wave of equations issues forth from the aperture like a veil being lifted. You find that you now understand the machine's language on an instinctual level. Oh, we love it. We love puzzles. We love puzzles so much we hate them with all our heart and mind. The machine serves at your command. Unlock the doors. What is going on here? What's going on here? The image is one of deep timeless sleep. Millennia is passing in silence, then a sound, something banging on the outer skin. Children, they have descended from the trees and multiplied. In their greed for knowledge and power, they now come to disturb us. But something else has crept in. They have torn the veil. It is here now. It claws at our skin. We are holding for now, but we grow weak. The navigator must awaken. Another query. Unlock the doors. Hey, look. The machine abides. The inner doors have been unlocked. Another query. We're done. So, the doors. Okay, this is where we started. So this is basically a spaceship, right? With its own little mind. And it's been invaded by different creatures over the millennia, right? Whenever a humanoid form stands before you is a machine imitating life, blah, blah, blah. Fill the vessel. Slots into the machine, creature and fills liquid. Sure. Do it again. It's not, I'm having such a nerd moment. I want a freaking RPG that happens entirely after you get abducted and taken to an alien planet. Why is that a nerd moment? Because you want to be abducted? The Drina's whispered prayers echo softly throughout the strange hallway. Over and over she recites the same lines as she rocks gently back and forth. Drina. I tried to talk to her, to make her see, but it's too late. I couldn't stop her. Who, Embla? She is so close now. She calls to her. I really did try to stop her. Drina? But I see now. We have always come here, and we always will. Go. She will need your help before the end. She lapses back into reciting her prayer. There is nothing more to be done for her. Poor Drina. She has no eyes. We need more games with weird alien worlds. Yes, we do. No, we don't. I think that's a different way of getting in. We'll come back here. Going that way. There was another door over here, right? Wow, look at things. Strange viscous litter. Now we can't fill it because we already filled it. There was another door, though. Thought there was another door. A lot of really mundane looking alien worlds and games. Let me see. I thought there was a door over on the east side here somewhere. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Hey, Trina. Looks like we're going in here without you. Got a light you can share with me? Oh, this looks totally safe. So what's this supposed to be? I'm not walking down the middle of that thing. So you fall into pits and die. What are you? You stand in the halls of Titans. No man was ever meant to see this. Why did you come here? It was her, wasn't it? Or was it? Did you ever really have a choice? Was there some unseen hand driving you towards this doom? Breathing fast and head reeling, your eyes fix on something utterly out of place in its mundanity. A discarded shoe. Embla. Look behind me. And you sense her before you see her, a luminescent phantom in the darkness, naked and emaciated. There is nonetheless something in her breathing. Acceptance, an aura of maternal comfort. She strokes your cheek. Don't be afraid, daydreamer. We're here with him now. And... Dun, dun, dun. What was that? Mr. Logon, thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. She strokes your cheek. What is happening? Come, look upon him. She takes you by the hand and leads you to the base of the massive throne. Stars flash before your eyes as you force yourself to look at the statue seated on it. Or is it something more? A sleeping king? A god? Now you hear your heart begins racing. You cannot bear standing in its presence. Embla begins laughing as tears stream down her face. A tremor violently shakes the structure, and you feel more than hear an otherworldly scream coming from somewhere outside. Embla's eyes are wide. Time is running out. I must do what I was summoned here for, and you must help me. Help you do what? The king must awaken before the dragon reaches him. He slept for so long, and there's so little of his essence left. He needs fresh life. Oh, sure he does. The glass sarcophagus opens as Embla approaches. To your amazement, you see that the inside is molded to perfectly fit a human form. The dire implications of the device are unmistakable. No, it can't end like this. I'm supposed to take you to your father. Don't you understand? She smiles sadly. I'm already with my father. She softly strokes your cheek. I always come here, and you've always brought me. Time and time again, we've stood here, in this place, and every time you do the right thing. That is the entirety of my universe now. Him in front, you behind. But you'll die. All things die, but I'll be with him. I wonder if I will look out from behind his eyes. Slowly and painfully, Embla hoists herself onto the rim of the sarcophagus. With much effort, she swings her legs up and lies down in the device. Her body seems to have aged years, just since you entered the chamber, but now a look of utter relief washes over her face. The machine emits an oddly beautiful note. A ritual has begun, and it is time for you to take your part. Interact with the machine. A torrent of resonant waveform logic floods into your mind, and the machine now waits your command. Commence the ritual. What if I don't want to commence the ritual? What if I want to break the cycle? A huge tremor once again shakes the craft. The howl that sounds this time is much more forceful. Something is about to breach the craft's outer hull. Embla half-open eyes remain fixed on you as you feed the machine the harmony that sets the ritual in motion. The faintest trace of a smile plays across her lips. Snaking tendrils emerge from holes in the machine, seeking out the body encased within. She jolts as they plunge into her flesh. For a moment she is quiet, then she breaks out into violent spasms. The machine begins to whir, and the tendrils pulsate obscenely with peristaltic motion. It has begun. Let the ritual proceed. I don't want to, though. The room shakes violently, light streaming from the ante-womb into the sleeping king as Embla is utterly unmade. He who sat undying for eons stirs. He rises. You are but an insect at the feet of gods. All is darkness. 2997 was a year of little note for the Empire. Peace and stability reigned. With one exception. The outer islands were lost. The event is extensively documented. Catastrophe was wholly natural, albeit tragic. The volcano Cataban awoke after a millennia of dormancy. It is written that the plume of smoke would be seen from the mainland, but there were other rumors as well. Sailors claimed they saw a new star in the sky the night of Caraban's eruption. Such rumors are naught but lies. So bright. Let it be known that after much toil and hardship, Gimpy joins the illustrious ranks of the most holy order of the preserving blade. And to be one of us is to have span in the face of death and despair. It is to be one who forges ahead where lesser souls stand trembling. Now, onward to glory. Complete the game as a level 18 guild Magos in 64 days. Report this feat on Twitter. But the world we came in doesn't know about Twitter, does it? So how do I get rid of this? Twitter is the language of the old gods, confirmed. I agree. Because it shouldn't say X. Because, Twitter doesn't exist technically. What am I supposed to do now? It's just on the screen. I got nothing else to do. Over there, but the name given by the gods of the internet. Yes, gods. So I seem to be stuck on the screen. Enter does nothing. Escape just makes it go, makes the window game become a window. Tab does nothing. Screenshot did something. Oh, just a bit. There's a more complex report. No, I don't need to do a bug report. Sorry. So I guess we won. Maybe you have to tweet them to ask how to escape the screen, maybe. Of course, they're over in Northern Europe somewhere. I think they're Norwegian or Swedish, I think. I don't think they're going to be responding at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So, just a guess. At least they would come. A completed game run. I know. This is like minor miracle for me, isn't it? Actually finish a game, and then of course I finish it and it's busted. Anyway, let's see if I can kill this. It's kind of a bummer. He rejected a 2 a.m. customer. I'll call 3 days ago. Yeah, I would too. 3 a.m. Kind of a douchebag does that kind of stuff. Close the window. We'll restart the game and see maybe where it might be. Oh, and just the AL at the end of that message is the initials for the developer. Autosave. Oh, that's from an hour ago? Over an hour ago. That's from stuff. So the game actually wasn't saved at the end there. Huh. Do I get credit for ending the game though? Because there are achievements in this on Steam, obviously. Let's see. Achievements today. All is darkness. You finish the game. 8.5% of players have this achievement. So I finished the game. So that's fine. So now the question is, do we want to do it again? I'm going to go with probably not right away. I know they're still working on stuff, or at least I've heard they're still working on stuff, like adding classes and whatever. Character difficulty. I just want to see the different classes real quick. So we did normal. How about heal? What's this? If enabled, the party will heal full. No, we definitely had that turned off. We didn't really screw with anything here. Class. So this is really what I want to look at. So there's, what, 9 classes? 9 classes. So we did Arms Master. He's mercenary character. Battle Magos. This is kind of like what Gimpy was, but more. They basically focus on fire magic instead. They can wear heavier armor and use different weapons, I think. Oh, it says no, he may wear light armor. Gimpy couldn't wear light armor. But he specializes in fire. Champion, this is a cleric. He's supposed to be more like a paladin, because he can use blades and armor while still having limited divine spellcasting abilities. Oh, so divine instead of... No, that's right. So presence is still it. Guild Magos, that was what Gimpy was. That was Veronica. So is Drina. We didn't have an officer. We had a ranger and a thief as story stuff. So the only classes we didn't really see is officer and champion and battle Magos. Do I really want to start over there? Not really. Because I don't really see too many... I mean, there's some little smaller stuff to do, but it doesn't look like there's multiple endings to this. That ending was pretty much straight line, which I was kind of disappointed with, to tell you the truth. I wanted an option to not participate in the ritual just to see, just have the story go a different way. But maybe it's something they can work on. I don't know. But like I said, I'm not really up for doing a run simply because there's not a whole lot of branching. There's some branching stuff earlier in the game based on some decisions you make, but nothing critical, from what I can tell, at least by the way the story ended. So I want to see the crawling doom succeed. Yeah, that's what I'd like to see, different possibilities for the ending. So other than falling into a pit and dying. It's a retro game. You aren't allowed ending options. That is... that's pretty true, actually. Branching storylines were not really a thing back in the late 80s and early 90s. I think they existed, but they were fairly uncommon. I'm trying to think of a game that did it, that was actually popular. I don't think there was. I think they all had pretty much the same straight line endings. Yeah, they might. I'm guessing that's going to depend really on the success of the game and whether it's going to be worthwhile. So, anyway, so glad we had to be happy with one weird ending. Kids nowadays. I know, we want 2 weird endings. Or 3 or 4 if you're Ring Song. Okay, so the question is, well, now what do I do? I've got 3 hours to kill. It was extremely Lovecraftian to its credits. I was not disappointed with the ending, other than I wish I had a choice. That's my only issue with the ending was I wish I had a choice. Imagine 3 of you bugging me every day. 1 of you is more than enough. 1 of you is more than enough. USC? I have to do more research into USC Were you around at the end of the stream yesterday, Hurricane? Did I what this? Yes. Well, I didn't beat it. I finished it. Could do WoW for 3 hours. I could do that. You were annihilated? We were annihilated in the only mission we did yesterday. We were annihilated. That game has some serious balance issues. USC is... I like some of the stuff that they're doing, but the fight was ridiculous. Was super ridiculous. For a first mission, it's ridiculously hard. And it makes it just, it's like, you know, most of these games, they scale up in difficulty. In the turn-based tactical, they scale up in difficulty. You know, you run around beating up on kobolds, and you move up to goblins, and then orcs, and then, you know, ogres, and that kind of stuff. That type of progression. In USC, they basically threw fire giants and storm giants at you in the first friggin' mission, along with the orcs and the kobolds. And the big thing is the giants weren't taking any real damage, and even some of the orcs weren't taking that much damage. So it was just, USC's got some issues still. I don't know how it made it to release with this stuff, because it's not real clear if I'm doing anything wrong, but it sure seems like it's overly difficult for picking a normal difficulty level. So dire dwarves are sober dwarves, yes. So anyway, like I said, USC is currently on the shelf until I can learn a little bit more about it, as far as whether I'm doing something wrong or not. I don't think I was, though. I think I was playing the game as it was meant to be, but it seems overly difficult. So he attacked Gimpy with a North African river, so he was annihilated. Yes, I was definitely annihilated yesterday. It was crazy. And there's a lot of info too. Yep, there's a lot going on. But even then, it shouldn't be. No game should start off that difficult. It really shouldn't. Because all I saw was that fight, and I'm thinking, if every fight is like this, I'm not going to play this. It's going to take too long. It's going to be too stressful. It's going to take too much prep time every time, and. Yeah, softballs and then ramp up to normal. It would be normal. That's the normal progress for these games. And if the devs have issues with that, fine, don't make this type of game then. Or at least tell everybody outright, going, this is not like other tactical games. It's going to start off really difficult from the start. Good luck. Yeah, that's what if they would have said that, I would have been okay with that. And then I would have done the one mission and said, see ya. But that's what I'm doing now anyway. But I'm more pissed off about it. That's all. And aren't really pissed off. I'm just kind of disappointed, because I was actually looking forward to the game, because there's some stuff in there I'd like to see more of. But if all the combat is like that, I want nothing to do with that. It's just too much. You know, it's just like, you guys didn't think this through very well. You know, so like tossing into the deep end. Good luck to you. Yeah, exactly. It's what you got tossed into the deep end, holding a brick. A 2-ton brick above your head. That's pretty much what it was. And again, and it still has some technical issues too, because we ran into some video lag in certain situations when firing. So what was it? The chain gun, I think, is what triggered it. Using the chain gun with all its little bullets and stuff going off made the video lag really bad. And then it went back to normal when we moved on to another player or character. So, anyway, enough of that. Question is what I'm going to play. We can take a look at Cataclysmo, one of the other games that was on the poll, or Enshrouded, but we know what Enshrouded is pretty much. That Sunday game, Dominions. Norland we're playing tomorrow for sure. You can take a look at like I said, Cataclysm. Cataclysmo had the third most votes, and it was only behind like by one or two. We did Cataclysmo. Let's do that. But before we do, what I'll do is I'll take a break first, and then we'll come back and do Cataclysmo. That way, you get a nice little good break there in the stream, whatever, video stuff. So, Sire of the Crap Potatoes. Yes, Cataclysmo. Yeah, it's a tower defense strategy, build your fort type deal. I played the demo a while back, and it's kind of cool. And you'll see. It's should be better than when I played the demo. The demo was okay. I didn't have any issues with it. That's why I asked to get the game in the first place. So, but yeah, we'll do some Cataclysmo after I get back from break. So, stuff. So, anyway, Lego, they are billions. Kind of. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, like I said, take a break. Be back in a few minutes, and we'll get started with Cataclysmo. So that's that. So, be back shortly. Enjoy the dog video. That's good enough. Close enough.